Good evening and welcome to TC Network. I am Tingney Tim Hokip bringing you today's news. Today's top headlines include: Kuki bodies organize massive nationwide rally against leaked audio of CM N Biren, demand for his arrest. India gets its second nuclear submarine INS Arigat. News in details. Various Kuki organizations intensified their demand for a separate Kuki homeland, staging rallies across hill districts of Manipur on August 31st. Churachandpur saw a significant participation as protesters voiced their dissatisfaction with the Biren Singh government. The rally began at the Anglo-Kuki War Centenary Gate in Laisang, where participants carried placards demanding the prosecution of the chief minister. The rally concluded at the Wall of Remembrance in Tuibung, with leaders from various tribes and civil society organizations delivering speeches. The event proceeded peacefully, with no untoward incidents reported. Mass participation was noted in the rallies, particularly along National Highway 37 from Langnom to Tatbung and in Tuibung, Churachandpur. The global rally was organized by the student bodies of Lamka, mainly to respond to the viral audio leak tapes of CM N Biren Singh so as to expose his deep involvement in the ongoing ethnic cleansing pogrom of the minority Kuki community in the state. The rally starts at 10:30 a.m., where the mass rallied from Laisang Ground to Peace Ground, Wall of Remembrance to Ibong. Kuki citizens who were to participate in the rally traveled towards Laisang, where the rally kicked off. Hen Lian Thang led President Vaipei People's Council General Headquarters flagged off the rally, after which the mass rallied towards Wall of Remembrance to Ibong. The marching public held placards with varieties of slogans and shout-out slogans as they marched unitedly. People from every village located near the highway provide drinking water to the marching warriors. The Kuki citizens marched under the scorching sun so as to bring justice to Mr. N Biren Singh, who in his leaked audio tape confessed that he is the sole perpetrator of the Kuki genocide in the state. The mass demanded the concerned authorities to investigate the matter and to give befitting punishment to the lunatic CM N Biren Singh and his minions. A short program was held at Peace Ground after the rally. During the program, a tribute was given to our martyrs through whose blood and sacrifices we will achieve our dreamland. Minlal Gangte, Vice President KSO Churachandpur, briefed the public about the reason behind today's rally and how this global rally is necessary for the Kuki people across the globe. Let Milin Hokip President KSO Churachandpur delivers a speech of welcome to all the participants. It was followed by speech from the participating tribe leaders. The tribe leaders who delivered speech on behalf of their tribes were Hen Lian Thang led President VPC General Headquarters, Nathan Songate, President Mar Inpui Tuitapai Region, K. Vanlal Rinliana, President MPC Headquarters Manipur, Hen Khupao Hokip, Vice President KIC, Reverend GS President Gangte Tribe Union, Thangzamang Zhou President UJO, Simte Tribe Council, Mate Tribe Union, Zamthong Thado Tribe Council respectively. Jeffrey Saimang, President HSA Tuitapai Headquarters, said the vote of thanks. The people who led the marching miles and shouting out slogans were NG Lane Gangte, General Secretary, ZSO General Headquarters, Khamswan Pau, ZSP General Headquarters President, Helun Mate, President MSO, El Minlal Gangte, Vice President KSO Churachandpur, and GF Niro Puya, President MZP Manipur Headquarters respectively. The INP leaders in their speech highlighted that God will give us victory, but only if we please Him and mend our crooked ways. The INP leaders necessitated returning to God and living according to His will, since they believe that only when we return to our God, our mighty God will fight the war for us and grant us victory. They also urged the general public to refrain from anything related to drugs and black businesses. They also stressed the need to be unified and to follow the command of the leaders. After the program, the students' body submitted a memorandum to the Prime Minister through the DC Churachandpur Dharun Kumar SIAS. In Kangpokpi, the rally was organized by the Kuki Students Organization Sadar Hills, along with the Gangte Students Organization GSO and Jillai students of Sadar Hills. The protest was held against the alleged ethnic cleansing of Kuki people and to demand separate administration. Hundreds of people gathered to protest the exposed audio clip in which CM N. Biren Singh allegedly claimed to have initiated the conflict. The rally started from Kaithel Manbi military colony and proceeded to Kangpokpi, where a memorandum is said to be submitted to the district commissioner at his office. As part of the rally, K. Songreng, General Secretary KSO Sadar Hills, said this rally is being organized to show the discontentment of Kukis over Chief Minister N. Biren Singh's leaked audio clip wherein he clearly spoke about his involvement in genocidal activities over the Kukis. He demanded censure for his arrest and book him under relevant law.
KSO Sadar Hills and its federating student bodies is organizing this public rally against the viral audio tapes of CM Biren Singh, who openly boasted inserting the ethnic cleansing towards the Kuki-Zo tribals and also ordering the state forces to bomb towards the Kuki-Zo tribal villages. This is very unfortunate and we strongly condemn. In regards to this, we demand immediate arrest of CM Biren Singh and initiate trial as per the law of the land. Secondly, we also demand to strengthen the buffer zone. Thirdly, we demand for interim administration for the Kuki-Zo tribals. Lastly, we demand for separate administration with legislature. With all this genuine demand, we appeal the central government to initiate and expedite the genuine demand of the Kuki-Zo tribal communities of Manipur.
Similar rally was also held at Jantar Mantar in New Delhi, where different Kuki bodies including Kuki INPI and Kuki Students Organization participated. The rally scheduled between 1:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. is being held to protest what the organizers describe as institutionalized genocide by the N. Biren Singh-led BJP against the Kuki people. In the wake of this announced protest, the Manipur state government issued a public notice on August 30. Apprehensive over the maintenance of law and order, the state government issued orders for preemptive measures. The people were asked to keep business establishments, government offices, and private institutions open and running as usual. On the other hand, the KSO Tingnopal also conducted the global rally successfully. The Kukis of Tingnopal district marched from Loisi Bazaar till the DC office and they shouted slogans as they marched towards their destination. The marching mass submitted a memorandum to the ADC. In the global rally to expose CM N. Biren Singh's deep involvement in the genocidal pogrom against the Kukis, all the Kuki CSO leaders and the public of Tingnopal district unitedly marched under the unfavorable weather, hoping that their voice will be heard and justice will be served in the earliest. The Ministry of External Affairs (MEA) on Friday reiterated India's stand regarding the Russian-Ukraine war and said that it will support any feasible and mutually acceptable solution or format that could restore peace. Addressing a briefing, MEA spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal said the decision as to when and how to commence peace talks is the prerogative of the two parties to the conflict. As friends and partners, we would support any feasible and mutually acceptable solution or format that could restore peace. Answering a question about Indians stuck in the Russian army, he said that 15 Indians who were struck in Russia have been released and have returned to India, adding that the Indian embassy is in constant touch with the Russian authorities to facilitate the release of those who wish to return to India. We have an update as of now. As of today, we have 15 Indians who have been released and they have returned to India. There are others who are waiting for discharge. Our mission, our embassy is in touch with Russian authorities, and we hope that those who want to return back to India will be released soon, said Jaiswal. Meanwhile, Jaiswal said that India has always advocated constructive, solution-oriented and practical engagement with all stakeholders to achieve a negotiated settlement to the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. This comes days after Prime Minister Narendra Modi returned from his visit to Ukraine, where he met President Volodymyr Zelensky and advocated India's stand on achieving peace through dialogue. Jaiswal stated that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has already indicated India's willingness to play a constructive role in the interest of peace. He noted that the decision on when and how to begin peace talks is the prerogative of the two parties to the conflict. We have always advocated constructive, solution-oriented and practical engagement with all stakeholders to achieve a negotiated settlement to this conflict. This is evident in outreach to both Russia and Ukraine at the highest level. PM has already indicated India's willingness to play a constructive role in the interest of peace. However, it is too early to comment on specific modalities and pathways at this stage, said the MEA spokesperson. Following this, the MEA spokesperson also addressed the issue of Indian nationals stranded at the Sao Paulo airport and stated that our consultant is in contact with the Brazilian Foreign Office representative in Sao Paulo on the matter. They have also sought a meeting with the relevant authorities and are ascertaining further details. In a dramatic turn of events captured on camera, a snake-hit helicopter which was being airlifted by an Indian Air Force Mi-17 chopper fell in Uttarakhand's Kedarnath on Saturday morning. Visuals shared by news agency PTI saw the helicopter dangling precariously mid-air before plummeting into the valley below. The helicopter, operated by a private company, was being transported to the Gauchar landing strip of repairs. The same helicopter had previously made headlines when it was forced to make an emergency landing near Kedarnath on May 24 due to a technical issue. According to a report by Amar Ujala, District Tourism Officer Rahul Chaubey explained that the Mi-17 pilot faced difficulties due to air pressure and the weight of the smaller helicopter, leading to a loss of balance. As the situation becomes critical near Tharukem, the pilot made the swift decision to release the helicopter in a remote area with no human settlement. A rescue team has been dispatched to assess the situation. We urge the public not to spread rumors about any casualties, Chaubey said. The May 24 incident involving the same helicopter saw 7 people, including 6 pilgrims, narrowly escape harm when the chopper, unable to land at the Kedarnath helipad due to a technical fault, made an emergency landing in a nearby field. This incident comes amid a surge of pilgrims visiting Uttarakhand for the Char Dham Yatra, which began on May 10th. The pilgrimage has seen an unprecedented number of devotees, heightening concerns over safety in the region. India commissioned its second nuclear submarine INS Arigat today in Visakhapatnam. The Arihan-class submarine will strengthen India's nuclear threat, enhance nuclear deterrence, help in establishing strategic balance and peace in the region, and play a decisive role in the security of the country, the Ministry of Defense said in a statement today. Defense Ministry Rajnath Singh, who attended the nuclear missiles commissioning ceremony, described the naval milestone as an achievement for the nation and a testament to Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led government's unwavering resolve to achieve Atmanirbharta, self-sufficiency in defense. The construction of INS Arigat involved the use of advanced design and manufacturing technology, detailed research and development, use of special material, complex engineering, and highly skilled workmanship, the Defense Ministry said. The country's nuclear submarine has The distinction of having indigenous system and equipment which were conceptualized, designed, manufactured and integrated by Indian scientists, industry and naval personnel, it said. The technology advancement undertaken indigenously on the new submarine make it significantly more advanced than its predecessor, Arihant. The presence of both INS Arihant and INS Arikat will enhance India's capability to deter potential adversaries and safeguard its national interest, the Defense Ministry said. Rajnath Singh commended the Indian Navy Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, and the industry for their hard work and synergy in achieving this capability. He called this level of self-reliance the foundation of self-power. The country's industry, including micro, small and medium enterprises, received a huge boost and created jobs through this project. Today, India is surging ahead to become a developed country. It is essential for us to develop rapidly in every field, including defense, especially in today's geopolitical scenario, the defense minister said. Along with economic prosperity, we need a strong military. Our government is working on Mission Mode to ensure that our soldiers possess top-quality weapons and platforms made on Indian soil, Singh said, recalling former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee's political will which put India at par with a nuclear weapon state. An IMA study has revealed that one-third of its respondent doctors, majority of them being women, felt unsafe or very unsafe during their night shift, so much so that some even felt the need to start carrying weapons for self-defense. A duty room was not available to 45% of respondents during night shift, found the online survey undertaken by the Indian Medical Association IMA to evaluate safety concerns during night shift among doctors in the backdrop of recent alleged rape and murder of a trainee woman doctor at the state-run RG Kar Medical College and Hospital in Kolkata. With 3,885 individual responses, it is the largest study from India on this topic, the IMA claimed. The survey findings compiled by Dr. Rajiv Jayadevan, Chairman Research Cell, Kerala State IMA, and his team have been accepted for publication in IMA's Kerala Medical Journal, October 2024 issue. The respondents were from over 22 states, with 85% of them being under 35 years, while 61% were interns or postgraduate trainees. Women constituted 63%, aligning with the gender ratio in some MBBS courses. Several doctors reported feeling unsafe, 24.1%, or very unsafe, 11.4%, totaling one-third of the respondents. The proportion of this feeling unsafe was higher among women, the survey findings showed. Doctors of age 20 to 30 years had the lowest sense of safety, and this group largely consists of interns and postgraduates. A duty room was not available to 45% of respondents during night shift. Those with access to a duty room had a greater sense of safety. The survey found that duty rooms were often inadequate due to overcrowding, lack of privacy and missing locks, forcing doctors to find alternative rest areas, and one-third of available duty rooms did not have an attached bedroom. In more than half the instances, 53%, duty room was located far from the ward or casualty area, the findings stated. A Ukrainian MP has claimed that the U.S. supplied F-16 fighter jet that crashed along with its pilot on Monday, August 26, may have been downed by friendly fire. The jet was involved in repelling a major Russian aerial attack when it crashed, according to the Ukrainian army. Lawmaker Mariana Bezhuklaya said Patriot anti-aircraft missiles used by the Ukrainian forces to thwart Russian threats may have destroyed the jet, according to my information. The F-16 piloted by Alexei Monfils was hit by a Patriot anti-aircraft missile system due to discoordination between units, wrote Bezhuklaya on Telegram. Bezhuklaya called out the culture of lies that had infested the Ukrainian military, where such incidents were being swept under the rug. War is war, such episodes are possible, but a culture of lies leads to a management system for military decisions that does not improve based on truthful, consistently collected analytics, but worsens and even collapses, as seen in the Pokrovsk direction, she added. In the aftermath of the incident, the Ukrainian army said communication with the F-16 was lost as the planes approaching their next target. As it turned out later, the aircraft crashed, killing the pilot, the military said. Ukraine's Western Air Command unit later revealed the name of the pilot, identified as Oleksiy Mez, on 26 August. While repelling a Russian massive combined missile and airstrike, Oleksiy destroyed 3 cruise missiles and 1 attack drone. Oleksiy saved Ukrainians from deadly Russian missiles. Unfortunately, at the cost of his own life, it added. Quizzed about the incident and if there was friendly fire involved, Washington refused to comment, saying it was not part of the investigation. I just can't confirm it. I don't have that level of fidelity right now. So in terms of if this pilot was killed and it was brought down by friendly fire, that I just can't speak to, that really be something for the Ukrainians to speak to, Pentagon Deputy Press Secretary Sabrina Singh told reporters. The United States has not been asked to participate in any type of investigation to look into this incident, she added. The incident transpired just weeks after Kyiv began taking delivery of the planes. As many as 6 F-16 jets are currently in Ukraine's command, and as per President Volodymyr Zelensky, they had shown good results in repelling the Russian attacks. Ukraine has urged Mongolia to arrest Russian President Vladimir Putin ahead of his visit to the country next week, his first to an International Criminal Court (ICC) member state since the body issued a warrant for his arrest. The court alleges Mr. Putin is responsible for war crimes, saying he failed to stop the unlawful deportation of children from Ukraine to Russia since the conflict began. An ICC spokesperson told the BBC that Mongolian officials have the obligation to abide by ICC regulations, but clarified that this did not necessarily mean an arrest had to take place. The Kremlin said it had no worries about the visit, which is slated to take place next Tuesday. We have an excellent report with our partners from Mongolia, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov told reporters in Moscow. Of course, all aspects of the president's visits have been carefully prepared. Dr. Fadi El Abdallah, a spokesperson from the ICC, told the BBC on Friday that court states parties, including Mongolia, have the obligation to cooperate in accordance with the Chapter 9 of the Rome Statute, the agreement which set up the court. The agreement says in some circumstances, states may be exempted from the obligation to carry out an arrest where they could be forced to breach a treaty obligation with another state or where it would violate diplomatic immunity of a person or property of a third state. In a case of non-cooperation, ICC judges may make a finding to that effect and inform the Assembly of States parties of it. It is then for the Assembly to take any measure it deems appropriate, Dr. El Abdallah said. The court alleged last year that the Russian president was responsible for war crimes, focusing on the unlawful deportation of children from Ukraine to Russia. It has also issued a warrant for the arrest of Russia's Commissioner for Children's Rights, Maria Lvova-Belova, for the same crimes. It said the crimes were committed in Ukraine from 24 February 2022, when Russia launched its full-scale invasion. Moscow had previously denied the allegations and labeled the warrants as outrageous. The ICC has no powers to arrest suspects and can only exercise jurisdiction within its member countries. Ukraine's foreign ministry said it hoped Mongolia was aware of the fact that Vladimir Putin is a war criminal and called on the country's authorities to arrest the Russian leader and hand him over to the prosecutors at The Hague, the seat of the ICC in the Netherlands. The BBC has approached the Mongolian embassy in London for comment. Iraqi air defenses shot down a Turkish drone Thursday morning over the northern city of Kirkuk, Iraqi military officials said. The incident came as the two countries have been attempting to develop closer economic and security ties, raising concerns amid the already volatile security situation in the region. Brigadier General Abdul Salam, Deputy Commander of Air Defense, told reporters that the drone came from the direction of Sulaimaniya and crossed into Iraqi airspace. He said it was a Turkish drone and was shot down by the Iraqi Air Force in the Chiman area of Kirkuk. The Iraqi Air Force said in a statement that the drone was issued a warning according to protocol and was then shot down by air defenses. It said the drone fell on a civilian house, causing only material losses. Based on the inspection of the wreckage parts of the drone, it was found to be of the Turkish type, it said. Turkey's Foreign Ministry spokesman Onku Keseli said Turkish and Iraqi authorities were in coordination to shed light on the incident and reiterated Turkey's determination to fight against terrorism. Witnesses reported seeing the drone spiraling out of control before it crashed on the outskirts of the city. Security forces cordoned off the site. The drone landed next to a civilian house, but no casualties or significant property damage were immediately reported. Kirkuk is a strategically significant city with a diverse religious and ethnic population that has been the focus of political and ethnic issues and the site of military operations against remnants of the Islamic State extremist group. Turkey often launches strikes against targets in Syria and Iraq that it believes to be affiliated with the Kurdistan Workers' Party or PKK, a Kurdish separatist group that has waged an insurgency against Turkey since the 1980s and is banned there and in Iraq. The PKK has maintained bases in northern Iraq's semi-autonomous Kurdish region. In recent months, Turkey has built up its troops in northern Iraq and has threatened an offensive to clear PKK forces from the border area. A joint operation by American and Iraqi forces killed 15 members of the Islamic State group in western Iraq, with 7 U.S. troops injured. During the operation, U.S. Central Command CENTCOM said Friday. The raid targeted Islamic State leaders and was carried out early Thursday morning, resulting in the death of 15 ISIS operatives, with no indication of civilian casualties. CENTCOM said on the social media platform X, U.S. Central Command CENTCOM forces and Iraqi security forces conducted a partner raid in western Iraq in the early hours of August 29, resulting in the death of 15 ISIS operatives. The ISIS element was armed with numerous weapons, grenades, and explosive suicide belts. It said the IS members were armed with numerous weapons, grenades, and explosive suicide belts, and that Iraqi forces were continuing to further exploit the locations raided, only specifying that the operation occurred in western Iraq. 5 U.S. troops were wounded during the raid and another 2 were injured in falls, a defense official said. One of the wounded was evacuated for treatment, as was one of the personnel injured in the fault. All 7 were in stable condition, the official said. ISIS remains a threat to the region, our allies, as well as our homeland. U.S. CENTCOM, alongside our coalition and Iraq partners, will continue to aggressively pursue these terrorists, CENTCOM added. The operation comes as Baghdad and Washington have been engaged in months of talks over the presence of anti-jihadist coalition forces in Iraq. Despite Iraq's state goal of a full withdrawal of the forces, no timeline has been made public. The United States has some 2,500 troops in Iraq and 900 in Syria as part of the international coalition against the Islamic State group. Coalition forces have been targeted dozens of times with drones and rockets fired in both Iraq and Syria, as violence related to the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza that broke out in early October has drawn in Iraq-backed armed groups across the Middle East. Last winter, the Islamic Resistance of Iraq, a loose alliance of Iran-backed groups, claimed some 175 rockets and drone attacks against U.S. troops in Iraq and Syria. U.S. forces have carried out multiple retaliatory strikes against these militant factions in both countries. Thursday's raid also comes just under a week after U.S. forces killed a senior leader of an Al-Qaeda-affiliated militant group in Syria. That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.